least, at least George wasn't sitting at his night clothes. Look, didn't he say that? That's his not idol, whatever it is. That's his model. You have it. You want to be like that? I know even we like to stretch out, but I would have never thought that was possible. And I never thought y'all would stoop as low and as stupid as you are. Because the Quran says, bring to the way of thy Lord the wisdom and beautiful preaching. But y'all are below beautiful preaching right now. Y'all got to let somebody help you. And here's what we'll do, and I'll leave in a minute. They say get small wins. So if, not if you put me in there, but give me a little access to, we'll help raise, we've been spending years on psychology, sociology, all that stuff y'all like, but Islam too. Now we got a serious mix. Boy, you think, we got a Negro mix, and you think the people that sold that snake oil, and you take one drink of this, and it'll fix you up, right? It was a speedball, of course. It was heroin and cocaine mixed together. So it was a speedball. The heroin didn't have that drink, the old snake oil, $1 a bottle. $1 was a lot of money then. The heroin would take all the pain out of you. I don't care what you had. The heroin, because remember it was legal then, up to 1914, would take all the pain out of your body. And the cocaine would boost you up psychologically. So it's a speedball. All that snake oil. A cure-all in a bottle, you take one drink of this and then you cured because you was addicted to it after a while. You had to buy the first 2 bottles, you buy some, you might not feel pretty good. After a while, you gotta buy $1 in those days. It was a lot of money. People made $30 a month, stuff like that. So you had to spend that money on that. Anyway, maybe 2-3 bottles a month. That was a lot of snake oil. Now here we are now. We have an elixir. Let's call it the Negro elixir. Now Negroes is good at hooking up concoctions. Few months of this psychological mumbo jumbo and rebuilding, let's call it small wins. Not big wins, very small wins. First we just make fun of Don. We'll do this and we'll do that, then and you look up, in a year or two, we will be ready to make a new world. And you can see that we can do it because ain't nobody been to work in over a month. And the government's still able to pay everybody. So the government's money is worth how much faith you give it. That's what it's worth. So the government let us stay off for a year and fix the world. Make that a demand. Hey man, we need a year to put this thing together. We need a few months just to visualize what we want. Yeah, why not? This is a new dispensation. That's what we do with it. And as we said, we just want to influence the direction of change. We don't want to make nobody do nothing. You study the people that want to make everybody do this and make everybody do that. And you study the world that they done hooked up. That's why this thing about give you some insight into history and the operation of things. You study dictatorships. You study all those things. Hey man, you won't want to do none of it. Okay. Iran is doing good, very, very good, and we're not going to do much or say nothing that might interfere with what they're doing, because they're doing a good job. I'm not talking about the bums around here. The brothers are bums, but we're not going to call them bums because we don't want them. Right now, we're just going to say, because see, Iran got it together. Now, Iran and us, we're in the same boat. Whatever happens to them, they sanction Iran, they do this, they do that to Iran. They sanction us, they cut us off, they do the same thing. They've been doing it, it's the same thing. And we done talked ourselves in the boss man's head, boy. You tell him that we are in boss man's head. Don't make no difference what he say. We are in boss man's head. But, and I'll close with this. You good FBI agents, that's 5, 10, 15% of you. You got to take a chance. You got to manipulate the system to where if you scatter the boss man, all you got to do is put me in a couple of spots to where I'll be to do the spoke stuff. I'll take care of all of that. All you got to know is that I know when to do it, that I know when to go home and take a rest. Yeah, that's what the 70, see, I'm 75 years old. I have been studying diligently for over the last 50 years. Everybody and everything. If you think I'm lying, just take notes of when I've been wrong about stuff. Just take notes about who, what. Abdul Malik now, Mukhtar now, no, I was right there watching. I told Abdul Malik in 1987 that you are the police. Finish, finish, finish. I said, but just cooperate with them and then give a brother a little help. He didn't give no brother no help. He calls by here and bring her down 87, and then gonna have a, every day gonna say, she's gonna make somebody a good wife. And I'm supposed to be stupid. Like, well, she's your wife. But he didn't brought her there. He didn't brought her there from where? From All African Revolutionary People's Party. Who's that? That's, what's his name? What's his name? Kwame Ture. Yeah, Kwame Ture, Stokely Carmichael. Who was she with? She was with Stokely Carmichael's second in command. And he was in the army. I said, how can you be in the army and be running, what's the name? It didn't make no sense. It didn't make no sense. But she was with him to keep her eye on da-da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da-da. It was all there. It was all there. It's never hidden. Once you get the game, you can see through all of that. You know what makes the white man game heavy? Is that everybody else is light. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. It ain't no, once you know what it is, once you know the trick, like the card tricks and all of that, once you know what the trick is, nobody can trick you no more. But nobody can scare you no more. That's the way the white man is. The reason I talk like I'm talking, because it's nothing. I don't say this, but they're girlified, whatever that used to mean. Them jokers is girlified. Don't have nothing to do with pro-girl. Don't worry about nothing. But for a boy to be girlified, I mean in the old time sense, Arnold Schwarzenegger called them girly men. Remember that? Girly men. So he said that you can't blame me for nothing. Those people are girly men. I said, I'm a girly man. And now they want me and you to follow them. Mr. and Mrs. FBI, you gotta use the last bit of your, if you don't, look, if you don't use your stuff now, Don gonna ruin everything. You ain't gonna have nothing. You keep on, when you come around and you pop your badge, just the FBI, everybody gonna start laughing and rolling around. Yes, they are. They're gonna say, this is for the FBI. It's like a joke. You're gonna be a joke. Don making you a joke already. Look what they do with all the FBI people. It says, what kind of news is it? Fake news, y'all, fake news. You let him push you around. And I'm not saying just him, it's the system. The system is bad. If we don't fix this go round, hey, you talking about the concentration of wealth and the concentration of resources, I almost say you better put me in there, because these white folks that's got all this money, it's a game they run. They've been running it so long. You get everything up real high, then drag it down. And whoever got the money buy everybody's stuff for nickels on the dollar. That's what they do. They do. It's like a harvest for them. The big rich people, it's like they planting seeds. Let's get the economy going. I was looking at 87. The stock market kept going up and up and up. I said, but they're not producing nothing. They're sending everything overseas. Why is the stock market going up? Then a couple of years, you see Imam crash, goes down to 6,600, and then after a while, they blow it back up, blow it back up, blow it back up. And then the stock market, up till a few days ago, that boy was on a nosedive. Now, it's stabilized no matter what news you give it. They got 20-something million people, right? 5 million people today on the employment line. The first time they did that, went down. Last week when they did another 7 million or something, it didn't have no effect on the stock market. That means they're not stabilizing it. It ain't going nowhere until they get ready. It needs to take a big dive. If it was going by the news, the emotionalism of the news. So many people unemployed. Well, it would go down. Not because they're not working. They ain't went nowhere. Shoot, the stock market today gained about 30 something. It was going down for a while. But it ain't following no rule except they tell the stock market what to do. Yes. And they've been doing it. So anyway, thank y'all very much. Are there any questions or comments about anything? Remember, I want to participate in America the Great. America the Good. Excuse me, thank you very much. America the Good. Bump America the Great. Strike that from the record. I didn't mean it because I don't know how dumb the judge sounds. Strike that from the record. Now, how the people going to say, I didn't hear that? The last thing that I want to close with, the system is mean beyond any. I have some pictures of the white kids, y'all call them hippies and stuff, flowers all in the air, all that. At big festivals that I used to go. I used to go to the white folks festivals in the day and the Negro festivals at night. Man. So we know when we talk about white folks, we was there with white folks. All them flower haired, I have the pictures to show you. All them flower in the hair white folks. Haight-Ashbury was a great experiment. Boy, it was the greatest experiment. You should have seen the white folks. But the mean old white man, he gave Negroes, white man specific, he gave the Negroes heroin and stuff, and killed that movement. And he gave white folks crank and LSD and run them crazy. And they had leaders like Timothy Leary. Timothy Leary is one of them Pied Pipers and go get everybody. Huh?
From Harvard.
Yeah. Turn on, tune in, and turn out, something like that.
Tune in and turn out.
Yeah. Got all them white kids running crazy. And ain't nothing happened to him. Okay. They've been at this misleading game. They studied LSD way back in the 50s and stuff like that. They gave one to one soldier, the boy jumped out of the window in 61. They know what it do to you. But they gave this specific, they gave white folks crank, and you know, crank, they ain't changed. Crank is crystal meth. You know, when they talk about crack for niggas, crank is the same thing, except, look at here, except you can stay up 3 and 4 days at a time. If you weigh 200 pounds a day, in 2 weeks you're gonna weigh 150, and after that 125, you're gone, because it just cranks you up and off you go. That's why they call it crank, because it cranks you up. Now you hear the sad stories. Dear white folks, just to let you know, we're in this together. The only reason we're not out telling y'all about opiates and all that, actually, technically, I don't have enough courage to go to y'all's churches and say, let me talk to you about it. So just overlook my inability to, but that's what I've been wanting to do for a long time. But just talk to y'all and tell you, opiates, well, everybody know by now. That's the thing about being slow, is by the time you get to the people to tell them, they done already found out. But we got a few things we can still talk to you about opiates, about black tar, heroin, about all that stuff that they giving y'all. They gave it to us first. And we want to see, what would we say, America the good. We want to be a part of a program that brings the good out of the human being. So we want to see a program that makes women not stick a cottontail on their behind, right? That's what the president, that's his hero. He stuck cottontails on them. He did it professionally. A Playboy bunny, half naked. And y'all sucking it up like it's all right. Yeah, it ain't all right. Because those people could be trained and educated and be very high quality human beings. They could make a new world where a woman wouldn't have to be that type of thing to make a dumb man seem like that they have some value. Sometimes, sure. And not overdo it. And then we'll get families back together so where people won't feel like they two girls gotta get together, 2 boys gotta get together. They didn't make that almost natural. Every time I look at TV, I see 2 boys giving each other a big kiss. I said, that's pretty serious. Well, I ain't talking about nobody. If you want to do it, that's your business. It's your business. But it's so common in the media that you done made natural unnatural. And unnatural, natural. Okay? We'll fix that too. But I mean, ain't nobody gonna beat you on the head or run you around the corner and make you do nothing. But if you have a world that is balanced, then the people will get back to being balanced. If you have, most of the problems would probably be semi-solved with time anyway. Interracialism, shoot, I think the biggest, some statistics say that they got more interracial kids than anybody now. That's what they said. And now all the commercials, not that I watch a lot of TV, but every couple is interracial. I see a black man with a white woman, that's mostly what you see. But I see a couple of, whatever it is, reverse. I said, well, look here. I said, them white folks down in Georgia and Mississippi must be turned over in their grave. Boy, I know they mad, but they might as well accept it. You can't stop that. People are people, you know. And kids are kids. Like, you just try to make kids like the way we talk. I just talk regular talk. You know, I like white folks too, but the language I use, crackers and peckerwoods, Dad, that's racist. I said, well, if I don't call them white folks, what am I going to call them? They're white folks. I don't know no other name. It's not bad, they're just white folks. But peckerwoods, they're peckerwoods. Wood, pecker. They're peckerwoods. I don't have, that's what they call them. They're not bad, I like them. I want to go help them. I want to go down there in Virginia if they don't string me up, you know, and try to help them. I really do. I really do. So those problems, we're thinking too small as a human being, as humans. We're making big things big, small things little, whatever, vice versa. We got to do better. So are there any questions or any comments about anything that was said today? Any questions, any comments at all?
Just one thing to your point about Trump and his Hitlerianism. I heard this on the radio, and then I looked it up. And it says, Donald Trump kept a book of Adolf Hitler's speeches in his bedside cabinet. And this was from a Vanity Fair article from 1990. It's reported he owned, his wife, Ivana, or his ex-wife, owned a copy of My New Order, a printed collection of the Nazi leader's